My name's Sophia Miller. Hi, I'm Kate.
I'm Alida Yeager.
I'm Harry Halls.
I'm Jaden here at Morris.
Hi, I'm Kate.
Hi, I'm Georgie. I'm 18 and I went to an Anglican Christian school.
I went to Ura College in Auckland.
I went to a private
all-girls Catholic school.
I went to the St. Peter's School, Cambridge.
So, what age did you learn about sex in school and by who?
In year 10.
Year 10.
Year 9.
Around year 7 and 8, and by
School, like the health classes.
Mine was the principal.
the principal.
Yeah, it was the principal and all the other boys in the school.
And what was that experience?
Really awkward.
Don't have sex, kind of.
Being gay is bad. Therefore, gay sex is bad.
Uncomfortable.
And very heterosexual. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
I remember being in class singing at the back, and our sports teacher took over the lesson one time.
Going around and showing us a condom.
She just showed the class to put a condom over the banana.
For some reason it was strawberry flavoured, so everyone was just passing it around and sniffing it, which was interesting.
We had to watch a birthing video in year 9.
Oh god.
I know, it's horrible.
I remember we were just saying words that sounded, or that reminded us of like vagina and penis. There were two sides of the whiteboard.
We had the one story where the guy told us why one testicle's lower than the other.
Yeah.
So when you're running,
they don't click, yeah.
And all of us were just yelling out words, and this one guy yelled out penis garage for vagina, and our teacher was like, okay, I'll write that on the board.
In year 10, it was year 11, when people were starting to actually get sexually active. They showed us STDs.
We were in a glass, like a classroom with glass walls, and they were just showing very graphic images.
Yeah, crabs and chlamydia were the main two ones. That's just weird, kind of just gross.
This sex ed organisation actually came to our school. Mates and Dates came in on Thursdays to talk to us.
We started having this group come in called Attitude, and they were sort of like talking about the emotional side of sex.
I remember nothing from that except for the fact that they talked for ages about this strange metaphor to do with meat pie and tomato sauce. So, yeah.
What kind of annoyed me is that I had mates at the local boys' school, and when we were talking to them about these programs that we were having to go to, a couple of times a term, they had nothing. They hadn't learned a single thing about consent, and yet it was all being put on our little girls' school, small little girls' school. And that really pissed me off because it's not consistent, and it needs to be something. I believe that it needs to be a vital, a compulsory part of sex education.
Did you guys get any talks about consent?
Yeah, got the tea talk.
With the tea video.
If you don't want tea, you don't make them tea.
Someone goes, yeah, I'm keen to have a cup of tea, and then later on they fall asleep. You can't make them drink a cup of tea. They're asleep. Sure, it's fucked up.
I mean, it's a good video, but it's just really overplayed.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. If you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you are able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand when it comes to sex?
And were you taught about consent?
Not until year 12, which is worrying now that I say it out loud.
It was it was framed in a very negative light, in that I think it was a lot of fear-mongering at the start, especially when we were younger, because it was just like, STDs, you have sex, you'll get an STD. And I think the same goes with pregnancy. And I don't think that's a healthy way of teaching it at all. I think there needs to be a much stronger emphasis on contraception and the emotional side of sex.
Probably could have done with more of it. There was one lesson in year 8, I think it was around.
I think more needs to be talked about consent, especially, and not just use a condom. It's kind of you need to learn about what to do in certain scenarios. Yeah.
It needs to be more casual, so that students are more comfortable with talking to the teachers about everything. I was lucky because I had a female health teacher, but I know my other friends had male health teachers, one of which was fired later on for being creepy. So maybe just more comfortable setting. Yeah.
It's like there's so much straight teaching, whereas LGBT is like never taught.
Talking to different people and how different their experiences are. I think it should have the same foundation everywhere, so everyone gets basic teachings on it, yeah.
Not everyone has a great relationship with their parents. It's important that they get taught it at school because they're kind of forced to be in that environment. Yeah.